Right then, good morning. Welcome to another week's video. If you're new to the channel, my name's Rich. This is my VW T25 we've called Pollygrey. And watch us as we do it up. If that's something you might find interesting, you know what? Hit the subscribe button. You might as well do it now. Absolutely free. And join us on our journey of fixing her up back into be a camper van that she deserves to be, I think. So guys, let's crack on with this week's videos. Right then, welcome to another week's video. So what we're going to do then, we might as well get some stone guard down this side. It's ready. Let's do it. Let's get some stone guard on, and maybe we start painting a little bit this weekend again. Quarter panels in primer, we did that last week. Show you what I've just bought this morning. See if it's any good. I'll let you guys know. Just bear with me, I'll show you. Yeah, so what I've been out and bought this morning from machinemart is a Clark's gravity fed spray gun and air hose, and it was £14.99. And I'll tell you the reason I bought it, and you will have heard me in my other videos. I bought it really for the primer gun, and that's it really. For £14 I'm spending more than that in rollers and whatnot to roll a primer on. So you'll have heard me mention a lot of time, I don't like mixing a paint gun and primer gun. They have to be separate. Ideally, in the ideal world, what you would do and what I would do, I'd have a primer gun, I'd have a gun like that I've been using as a base coat gun, the other Clark's gun. It's a little bit better, well, I don't know, it seems a little bit better quality than this. And then in the ideal world, what you do, you'd get yourself an all singing, all dancing lacquer gun for your top coat. But I'm going to see what we can do with this. So £14, see what we get then. So we'll unbox it. Comes in with it. Oh, just not the camera. Obviously your spray gun. Obviously that's for the feed of how much paint comes out, and I'm presuming that's for the fan, or it could be for the air pressure. On this one, like on my other gun, there's no way of turning the air down, so that could be a problem. You may have to buy sort of an air regulator that comes down here, and then probably the price, then you'd be probably better going up a pricing gun, but we'll see. So also comes with obviously the attachment, the cup that holds obviously the paint. We need that. That's all right. In fact, I'd say that was better than the one I got on the other one. But yeah, so we've got that anyway. And then what it comes with, which I think's looks absolute garbage, is it comes with a really sort of cheap and nasty air hose. That's not made very well, I'll be honest. You know, obviously it's there, but air hoses aren't expensive anyway, and I have got one. To be honest, I think it would be better for this kit, and I'll try it out, but I think it would be better in this kit if instead of having that, they actually gave you some equipment or to actually clean your spray gun out. Would be better, but we'll try it, we'll see what happens. I may even use it for paint to start with and see whether you could get away with it, but I am going to use it solely as a primer gun, and I want you one as cheap as possible. Let's say. Right then, I'll show you that. We'll see what that's like after if we use it this weekend. It's a 1.5. It's a 1.5 tip. The gun I'm using for top coat's a 1.4, so you should put more paint on the panel, and that'd be good for primer. Get it on as thick as what you want. Cover up all your sins and your filler work. So yeah, give it that a whirl after. Well, it's windy today. Just getting the tail end of that storm that's just been sort of blowing through sort of England. I feel sorry for all those that have been camping. I've seen some. I've seen on some sort of Facebook groups that I'm on of people with their camper vans and they're losing their drive away awnings and stuff. So we're just getting the tail end of that today. Weather's okay though. It's getting better. It's rained all week. So you've seen me do this before, but we'll go through it. We're going to stone guard obviously the bottom of that door where we've masked. You'd have heard me in the previous video. I'm not a massive fan of the stuff, but you know, for stone chips and anything like that, and especially on a van that, you know, they're prone to rust. You've seen me trying to get it all out. I think it's a good idea. So I'm going to carry on with that. I'll show you what you need to do the job. It's fairly straightforward, and definitely do it yourself. There's nothing to it at all. So yeah, guys, just catch you in a sec. Let's get everything out of this garage. Let's get set up. Let's put some paint down this side. So what you will need for the job, and pretty much every paint job, you need a air compressor. I bought this one from Machinemart. I believe it was about £300. I'll put the prices up of the exact price. The airline as well. They're cheap. That's why I've just mentioned in that spray gun thing. I don't see there's any point they throw anything in like that. It's just you know, you're not going to use it. It's just going to be absolutely pointless. You might as well get the proper air hose there, which is flexible. That's a Clark's air hose, but I'll put the prices at as well. So you'll need obviously a compressor and air. You will need an air hose, obviously for the painting jobs. But I've used that now for 6 months, that compressor, and I'll be quite honest, I'm quite happy with it. It's good enough. Don't forget, we've painted a whole side of a van, and it kept the pressure that I needed, about 2.5 bar. It kept that pressure all along, so I'm happy. That's all I wanted it for. There was actually no difference. That's a 100 litre tank. The price difference between the 50 and the 100 litre tank, can't remember off the top of the head, so I will put them in the description, or I'll put it on now. There's not a lot of difference. Might as well go for the 100 litre, or whatever. The better the litre, obviously the more air it hoses and it works less sort of hard. So yeah, that's the compressor that I used. I'll show you what you need for the stone guarding. Just bear with me. So because we're stone guarding, you'll need a stone guard gun, or an underbody gun, whatever you want to call it. Simple in use really. That changes the air pressure of how much air is going to it, and that's pretty much it. The only where people struggle with this, believe it or not, is when it comes to cleaning it out, because this stuff's quite potent. So, but I'll show you. It's easy enough to clean out. I'll show you. But believe it or not, a lot of people get it wrong, and a lot of people don't know how to get the paint out, and it goes off, and they end up using it, end up ruining it. And another thing you'll need is just underbody coating. This varies in price. This was £6, quite cheap to be fair. You can buy this in black, grey. Obviously we're going grey because of the colour we're painting. Believe it or not, you can use this all underneath as well. So it stops stone chips and stone guards. It stops stone chips. So yeah, that's what we'll be using as well. And I'll show you how to apply it. It's straightforward. Please don't pay anyone to do this job for you. Do it yourself. If you've got a compressor, it's so simple. Right then, let's get it on. I'll show you how to clean the gun after and everything. Right then, so the compressor is full of air. let's connect our Vanagon. Top button there does adjust the air for nothing. See it all spitting out the stone guard. And then it's simply a case of keep this stuff moving now. You don't want to hold it in one place for too long. And that's it, guys. Anyone can do that, I'm sure. And that's it. And you do that down the whole side. It is as straightforward as that. Might want to put 2 coats on. If you want to watch me going down the whole side, I will do if you want. I'm going to have to just make sure you cover your wheels up. Let's get down the whole side. And it's as straightforward as that. So what I'll do, I'll give that 5-10 minutes to go off a little bit. I'll just give it another quick coat over. That job is done. It's as quick as that. Right then. Right then, and cleaning it out is simple. Obviously the tube will have primer on. Give that a wipe first. Get all the primer off that, and it's as straightforward as this when you're done. Just bear with me, I'm not quite ready. Plug it back in. Get yourself mixing cup or whatever with a bit of gum wash in. Drop the end in, and then just blow it out. And that, guys, is as easy as to clean these out. Don't always make that, just take the extra time just to clean it out, because what you don't want, if that's when that stuff dries in there and in through there, they're an absolute pain to clean out. I remember probably spending most of my apprenticeship when I'd left school at 16 cleaning these out for spray painters who couldn't be bothered to do it after, but it's as simple as that. And that is ready to go to use again next time. Easy. And that's it, guys. It is stone guarded. That job shouldn't take you any longer than half an hour. I will do inside the doorstep when we paint that there. Yeah, that's it. Oh yeah, and what's that? 300 again, guys. Just hit 300 subscribers. absolutely buzzing. Thank you so much. And you know what, guys, if you've got this far in the video, subscribe to the channel. 300 people, can't be wrong, can they? Right, guys, thank you. Thanks for all your amazing comments. Thank you for supporting me, and thank you for everyone who started supporting me from the start. Thank you very much. Buzzing. What can I say? 300, hit the 300 mark. Thank you. You keep watching, I'll keep making videos. It's as simple as that. Say loads and loads more to do with this project. Paint, hopefully next few weeks or maybe in the next month, get this siding paint, and then it'll be everything on the inside. Let's get this campervan done. Let's get camping in it. Let's get touring Europe in it. That's our plan. It's a bit of a bomb site at the minute, all the bits and bobs, but no, I can't wait to start getting on that inside of that van. Just this one last hurdle to do, this one side. Start doing the front, just get this bumper off, try and get half of this front end in paint this weekend. I'm not going to do the top half, everything lower than the grill up that B pillar I'm going to do, because one of the weekends I'm going to have to take that screen out and put new ceiling. Got the seal, but I'm dreading putting it in. But saying that, some guys at work said they're going to give me a hand if I'm struggling. He used to be a window fitter. He said he'd pop along if everything was ready and give me, where are we going? Been on the drink. He's going to pop along and give me a hand. It's at least a two-man job. But yeah. Right then, guys, front end is stripped, and that's what I love sometimes. I'll say sometimes. It's what I love sometimes about working on this van. I've probably took that front end off in probably less than 10 minutes. 2 bolts to get the bumper off, 3 screws to get that bottom lower grill off, about 5 or 6 just turn screws to pop the grill off, and that's it. You know what, if you was trying to strip a front end of a normal car, you'd be there hours, guarantee, just trying to find where they did the bolts and the clips and whatever else. But in 10 minutes the front end stripped. So what am I going to do? We're going to get this front painted. I'm doing everything lower. The reason I'm not going to touch that there, because I'll be honest, I think I'll have some welding to do behind there when I take that screen out. But I'm going to do everything lower, and possibly up that side pillar there. I might try and get that done tomorrow. I'm going to strip the indicator lens out. You'll notice that obviously the van was red before, so the wind's picking up. So what I'll do, I'll get it painted first, and I think anything behind there I will I'll brush paint with some of that underbody seal just to keep it protected, or some amorites black, why not. Yeah, so I want to carry on with that. Start stripping this off. Carry on stripping the front end, it's done. Just go take the indicator out, then start flattening the back and see what's going on. So guys, quick tip, when you're going around with sort of window seals on these old sort of vans, just tuck a little bit of cable under. That shows it will just make sure that when you're actually painting, if you're not going to take, I am going to take this screen out, so it's not going to make much difference, but if you're not thinking of taking your screen out, can you see that? If you just pick that up and took some cable over, you'll get more painting behind. So I'll show you sort of down there. See, that's flush up against the panel, and I'll show you once I've done. It's a good tip really, this is for when you're not going to remove any sort of like any window rubber. I'll show you, just bear with me, let me finish it and I'll show you what I mean. As you say, this screen's coming out, so it doesn't really matter too much on this, but this would be good for maybe like the sliding door. You know, when I'm painting behind there, that seal's good, it doesn't leak. Also the tailgates, that'd be good for that. You can get paint right behind them if you're changing the colour. Right guys, I'm going to be quick. I'm going to see if I can get some paint on the front bit of this van. but as soon as I mentioned I'm going to paint, the wind's picked up, so I'm going to throw some on as quickly as I can. Then I'll show you all in a sec when we're done. Guys, and I'm using as you've heard me say, I'm using a cellulose paint. So there's your mixing pots. You can see it in the mixing pot. So mixing ratio, so you know. If you're mixing 200 sort of paint, it's 1:1, so you just mix 400 sort of standard thinners. And that's it, you give it a good stir and you throw it on. So yeah, that's where I got mine from. J-Well paints. And that's the colour sort of code that I'm using. So yeah guys, that's pretty much it really. Probably for my first coat though, I'll probably go to about 300 with thinners, get on a bit thicker for the first coat, and then thin it out just a little bit more. It tends to get a little bit more of a shine. I'm going to get some paint on this van before it absolutely throws it down, so just bear with me guys. Right then guys, another quick tip on the day when you're painting in the wind. Try starting over here somewhere. May actually get some paint on the van. Mate, what we do, we put ourselves through trying to get this van painted outside. Yeah, start here, press the gun, paint will then, with the wind blowing, it should get some on the van. Right, keep persevering with this. We've got first coat on, been a nightmare. Had to remask up a couple of times as papers just flew off. But yeah, let's see what it turns out like. It's not too bad to be fair. Right then, paint's on the front. It is what you expect. It was blooming windy, you saw it in the video, but you know what, it's turned out okay, and we know we can get away with a lot. So with it, when we come to mop and polish and just get the paint on there, get it on thick. I've used loads on there just to get a good thick coat of paint on. Tomorrow I will give it a quick polish up, and I'll paint all in there ready to red black, with some underbody stuff I think, and then that will all be done. It's quite nice actually. I'm going to order some clips and that for the grill now when I get in the house. But yeah guys, I've one side left to do, that's it. I'll do that, probably do that quarter. Start flattening that primer back, maybe get that in primer tomorrow, once we give that a bit of a polish. But yeah, she's getting there. Right then guys, so what I've been doing this morning, I've just been under sealing just behind all the headlamps and all on that. Okay, what they're called, slant panels I guess, that's what they're called. Obviously I've still got to go a bit round there. It's all on the cable and everything, so you can't see it with a grill on. But it's not a bad thing, is it, to coat it all with that blooming underbody sealer, or whatever it is. They say it's not going to rust through there. It's a job well worth doing before we put all the bumpers and that back on. Just going to carry on polishing it now. Give it a quick mop up, and then we'll just and that's it. That'll be me done for today. It's Sunday afternoon, well, Sunday dinner time. I've got to cook dinner for the kids. Right then guys, that's me pretty much done for this week's video. So what I've done while the grills was off, I've given them a good grey scotching back, and I've just put some of that plastic black paint on the front, which looks quite nice. So then guys, that is me done for this week's video. If you've got this far in the video, you know what, hit that subscribe button. Exciting day tomorrow. Got a bit of a trek though, but I've won some lowering springs, so some 50mm lowering springs to stick on her. So that's a job when we probably do all those rear brakes. So guys, again, thank you for subscribing, and I'll catch you all next week. See you in a bit.